Good evening. I am Vedant Mohan from 3BComC,
And I'm Anushka Sathi.
and we are students of Christ University. Today, we have a special guest. He launched his startup 2 years back, right after his graduation, and today he's one of the biggest competitors in the market. He resides in Coimbatore presently and did his graduation from Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science in Bachelor's in Science, majoring in Information Technology. May I present Siddharth Mohan?
Hi Vedant, hi Anushka, how are you doing?
I'm
Doing
doing good.
good.
How are you doing?
Great. My day is finally over, so yeah.
How was it? What did you do exactly today?
Well, normal office routine and work and everything. How were your days? Great.
Tiring, but it's okay.
Tiring doing what?
I have been
Yes,
working on my CAAs for the past 1 week. I'm drained.
Nice,
same.
nice.
Anyways, so we have a couple of questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with, can you tell us a little about how you came up with this idea about your business?
Okay, so all this basically started when COVID hit. I was in college back then, and that time we did not have classes to attend. We had to, sit at home, and I'm generally not a person who sits at home and does all the things. So I wanted to go out and explore because sitting at home made me feel like I'm restricting myself to something. So I just wanted to learn something new, and that is when I went up to a textile factory where I got to know how the whole process of textile is done, how the cloth is made from a yarn, and what type of yarns are used, and everything. And over there, I noticed that there's this one component which they very constantly import, and it's done every 3 4 months once, and it's something which you cannot buy locally. So that is when it came to my mind, why not we start manufacturing that product in Coimbatore? And Coimbatore being the engineering hub of India, it has a lot of resources and you can easily get your way through. So that is how all this started. So that is when I was like, okay, fine, we manufacture this and then we go about. Because obviously, for a textile manufacturer, that component when he imports, he has duty to pay, he has his import taxes to pay, and when you add up everything, it becomes very expensive for him. But if you can manufacture it in-house in sense where he is able to, where you can get a supply easily. You don't have to pay your import tax, custom, and everything. It's way more cheaper for him. But the thing which challenges you is getting the quality good, because people when they import they expect good quality, and that is what I had in mind. That I provide that same quality but at a very cheaper price.
Okay,
Okay,
so I
so
had another question. Uh,
Hmm.
why textile? Why exactly did you go for textile? You did your major in information technology and you still went for a totally different line than what you studied about in your college.
Yeah, number one being information technology. Uh, is it okay if I speak in Hindi for a while?
Works.
Okay. So so what happened is information technology may I did not want to go forward in that because जोश में everyone takes science, takes information technology, फिर बैठ के वो IT center में बैठ के you know have this monotonous life where you feel like why did I even join this? But then whereas over here, why textile is because Coimbatore and areas around Coimbatore are very famous for textiles, and I believe a person should choose his career depending upon where he is right now, because only what is around him will help him grow. So if I sit in Coimbatore and if I, for example, I sit in Coimbatore and I start, some goldsmith ka kuch, something related to gold or jewelry and anything. If you're already an established brand, already have your chain set. It's very easy. But if you're starting something from new, you have to have enough resources around so you can get through. But that will be more easier if your area is known for that resources, like Coimbatore and Somnur and all are known for textiles. So that is why I went into textiles. That was my major thought process then. And luckily it worked out great.
Okay, so moving on. Every entrepreneur faces some kind of obstacles and challenges when they initially start out. So, can you tell us a little bit about what were the obstacles that you faced when you started out?
So when I did get to know about this product, it's called Read, by the way. And when I got to know about this product, I also got to know that the machine that manufacture Read are not produced anymore. So it's done to a very certain extent that only major players can have it. And me sourcing that machine was number one a difficulty. Then post that when you source that machine, you never get it firsthand. You'll have to, buy a second-hand machine and recondition it. And then once you recondition it, you do not know a lot about that machine because there are very limited machines. So you'll have to sit and study the machine. And once you sit and study the machine, you'll know its mechanism one by one, and then you can probably build a machine that works. And post that, even if it works, you are supposed to produce that quality, that enough quality of the product, so people buy from you. If you sell something for 1 rupee, and if it is not worth that 1 rupee, be it 1 rupee, it's only 1 rupee. But if it's not that 1 rupee, he will not buy it from you.
Hmm.
He will rather spend that 5 rupees and buy the dairy milk instead of giving you 1 rupee and buying the chocolate from you. So that was a very major not setback, but a very big challenge that you face. So the process is to come out of it is you'll have to source your raw materials good. You'll have to have a good understanding of why the product is there and what is its purpose. Only then will you be able to produce a good quality product.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Okay. Moving on, I have another question for you. If you had to describe entrepreneurship in a single word, what would you choose?
Why are you making it tough for me? But okay, entrepreneurship is creating a difference, maybe creating a difference because as far as I'm concerned, what I did right now was very helpful in the textile market. So that created a difference. That created this shift in people's mind from this mindset of nahi, this product only if it is imported, it works good. Nahi. I made that difference, and even if you source it locally with a proper buyer or a proper manufacturer, you can get the same quality. It's just that you'll have to trust in people once a while, and you also have to give out good quality products. And if that is not there, then your name you will go riches to rags in seconds. नाम खराब होने में ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगता, बढ़ाने में लगता.
Okay, so the next question that we have for you is that, as you mentioned at the beginning of this interview, you had a really long day. So, can you just quickly walk us through what your usual work day is like?
My usual work day depends upon the number of orders that we have in that particular day. Suppose morning I get up by, I not usually get up by 5:36 in the morning, and post that I give myself, some time to run or maybe do some physical exercise for half an hour or 45 minutes, and post that I do my daily morning routine, and I'm in the office by 7:38 max. When I'm there in the office in that half an hour span, I plan out my day, saying that what and all should be done for the day, what and all orders do I have, what if my machine has some maintenance work to be done, I should be aligned to that, and then if I have a little stock less with me, so how much material का I have stock and कितना और खरीदना पड़ेगा. I keep an account of all that, and once that is done, I one by one assign the work to everyone, and post that I sit for client acquisitions, client remarks, and everything. So what I do sometimes, you get some referrals from someone कि ये भी ये खरीदना चाहते हैं, so probably give them a call or they give us a call. So what happens is I sit with them for some time and post that. I also sit with daily accounts. That is very important in a business. You must know how much you're earning and how much you're losing, and if you're losing, why are you losing, and is there a way to stop it or minimize it. So that is something which is very important in a business, because जब तक business से पैसा आ रहा है it's great, but जब business पैसा खाना चालू करेगा, it is not good for you. You should know when to stop. So that is something which I sit down, and then post that I go on for quality checking. So once the product is made, the products are given for quality checking, and a proper worker sits and checks everything. We have gauges and the airflow meter and everything. So once that is done, I give one final check. I use the equipment by myself in front of my eyes. I check everything. Only once I say okay, the product is further gone for packing, then dispatch. So वो checking में आपको 1-2 घंटा लग जाता है per product because it's a very minute product and precision is very important in that.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
So that being the case, after packing and dispatching, evening time is mostly chill. Post 6-ish, it becomes very chill because you start out to accumulate orders for the next day, and you keep accounts of that. And after that, probably by 7-ish, I'm done with work and I go play basketball. For me, basketball is like uh, what do I say, a stress buster. So whenever I go play basketball, I feel good. I feel energized for the next day. It gives me another reason to go for work the next day. So post basketball, I come back home by 9. I am at bed by 10:30 max. That is how my daily routine goes.
All right. My question was, you launched your startup in rather in a really strange time.
Mm-hmm.
Where with COVID happening, with everyone saying, opening a business right now will not work out because
Mm-hmm.
there's so much of recession happening, and you know, and with right now also there being currently a 14% inflation. How do you tackle all that? What do you do to tackle all that?
Okay, so starting a business in a strange time is not the issue. Starting the business anytime is going to be an issue for you. Because number one, it's a very huge step for you to take. Because you're letting go your personal life, you're letting go your opportunities to get inside corporate and everything. But then I say, why is it a strange time when people are already losing their jobs? People are getting kicked out. Why am I going and searching for something where you're already getting kicked out? For example, IT companies did shell out a lot of employees during the COVID era, and why am I looking towards them to hire me? Rather start something of my own. Huh. There are risks, but then it's better than staying unemployed now.
Yep.
And on top of that, I also thought that I'm not a person who can actually sit and listen to someone. I always wanted to manage a team. I always wanted to, lead something. And that being the case, that is why I didn't feel COVID is an odd time. And also, COVID being a time where people they did not have a lot of income. They wanted to reduce their expenditures, and for textile companies, when they wanted to reduce their expenses, they obviously would have gotten product from me because my product is cheaper than the imported product.
Important.
And
Yeah.
when it is cheaper than the imported product, you get a good amount of cost cutting, and I can easily market myself.
Mm-hmm.
That time customers did come to me because number one, cheap product, number two, great quality, number three, the times actually the times did support me in that time. So it wasn't a bad time for me at all.
Okay. So you mentioned that you do not, have to listen to anyone. You would, work
Mm.
yourself, and you would, rather get get. So whatever happens, you try to help the textile industry by making something
Mm.
which is really costly because one, it is imported, so the rate automatically just doubles it up. And apart from that, you
Almost.
gave them the same thing for a cheaper rate, and in, I don't know, in the same quality, right? Is
Yeah.
that what you want to say? Okay, so would you say that this is the best thing about being an entrepreneur? Is this what, according to you, is the best thing about being an entrepreneur? The freedom that you
The
get.
best. Yeah, freedom. But with freedom, you also get a lot of responsibility. Like they say, with great powers come great responsibilities. With great freedom also comes great responsibilities. Because until or unless you're not disciplined enough, you can use your freedom in any ways. So that discipline is very important.
Okay, so more like you will have the freedom, but you have to rather use it judiciously and not, make
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay, Siddharth, we
Yes,
lost you.
sorry.
Would you like us to repeat the question again?
Yeah, I'm sorry because my network is a little messy right now.
That's okay.
And
That's okay.
yeah,
So I was asking you, is there anything or anybody in particular that like inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
for me, entrepreneurship generally came, as an ideology or a mindset. So I did see my dad being an entrepreneur when I was young and everything. And from then, I had this mindset key working for someone is not something that I'm really into. So even in colleges and schools, I had this thing that I have to take up positions of responsibility, like how you have the school pupil leaders, the house captains. That was in school, and then post that I led my NSS team in my school, sorry, in my college, and then I led my fine arts team in my college. So because I always wanted to be this person who's inspiring people or making a change or taking up responsibility. So entrepreneurship was more than seeing someone and doing it. It was a mindset and the ideology that I had, which I implied later. So not in particular anyone, but yeah, I did see my dad being an entrepreneur when I was growing up. So.
Okay. Uh, okay, so I have another question. How do you see this business growing? What do you have in mind for the future of your startup?
So, textile is something which is never going to die.
Mm,
You or you in particular are not going to stop wearing clothes. So, that being the case, I really feel that for now, because our most dominant market is the South, but I'm definitely planning to go up north, and we do go up north and export, but it's not in a very huge quantity. So mostly the south area has been my dominating spot, but I definitely look forward to enter the north markets because as you know Surat, Ichalkaranji, Panipat are very famous areas for textile as well.
okay.
So that being the case, I definitely do want to enter those markets because Udhar, it's more challenging over there because things are bought in from Ahmedabad, and Ahmedabad labors are very cheap. So what happens is essentially their definitely quality also drops, but also the cost of making the product also drops. So yeah,
Hmm.
I definitely my costing is somewhere more than the Ahmedabad market. Number one being because they use raw materials from India and everything. I mostly import my raw materials because it's of better quality, and matching the price with the Ahmedabad market is very difficult. And the one thing that I really believe is an Indian customer or an Indian merchant is the worst merchant ever because he is a person who needs uh, uh, everything in a very good quality. He needs good time. You need to give it to him aaj ke aaj hi. So he wants it today. He wants everything very cheap. He wants it. So basically उसमें उसको सब में सब कुछ चाहिए लेकिन कॉम्प्रोमाइज भी नहीं करना और उसका पैसा भी नहीं देना. So that being the case, it's definitely a challenge over there, but a challenge that I'm looking forward to.
Okay, so more like the concept of quantity, quality does not work here. They
No,
want both.
yeah. For example, when you go out, you would notice that the same banana that is probably $5 or something, but अगर तुम locally खरीदोगे तो वही banana तुमको 1 cent पे भी मिल जाएगा.
Hmm, hmm,
But
hmm,
that's not the case over here.
hmm, hmm.
उसको सब कुछ 1 cent में ही चाहिए और अच्छा भी चाहिए. So
Okay.
Okay, so that's fair enough. Our final question to you is that what advice would you give to someone who's interested in the field of entrepreneurship?
number one, definitely prepare yourself for you know you. There is difficulty every day. There's something or the other that will pop up every day. So you'll have to have this mindset कि आज क्या करने वाला हूँ मैं. It's not like आज क्या ही कर लूंगा ऐसे नहीं, आज क्या करने वाला हूँ मैं. You should have that mindset. Definitely have a lot of information about what you're getting into, because the more you know, knowledge is power. The more you know, the more better you can tackle with things. And don't think twice. अगर सोच लिया एक बार करने का तो कर लो, because uh, once you get that second thought, you have this feeling here, what if it doesn't happen, or what if ये हो गया, what if हो गया. But he never thinks कि what if अच्छा गया, what if I become really successful. That thought never crosses your mind. Your second thoughts are generally what if it goes down south.
Mm-hmm.
So make a decision, a well informed decision, and once you have all the information and you have everything, just jump into it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all from our side, and it was great knowing about your journey as an entrepreneur. But I guess we'd just like to thank you for taking out some time to answer all of our questions.
No problem, no problem.